Korea has become the backdrop for our friendship as we navigated questions of identity and belonging together in the city of Seoul over the years. As any diasporic person will know, our places of ancestral origin are rife with complicated traditions and rituals. This is probably why one of the grooms has made it his life's work to understand where we come from in his research. So today we bring one of these rituals, the paebaek, except you won't see just any paebaek today, but possibly the world's first gay paebaek ceremony. Thus, it's an honor for me to help queer this otherwise antiquated ritual in a way that remains true to the groom's modern love story. So for those of you who don't know, the paebaek is a traditional Korean ritual performed after the main wedding ceremony that symbolizes the entrance of Jesse and Yuri into one another's families. It is a way for the new couple to pay their respects to both of the parents, while also receiving blessings for their marriage. Though the paebaek is usually performed in private amongst families, tonight the grooms wanted to share this moment with their chosen families as well. So right now, we'll begin the first part of the paebaek ceremony, which is called the bowing ritual, or otherwise known as the 초례. 이제 패백식의 첫 의례인 초례를 시작하겠습니다. 패백식에서 초례는 서로에게 절을 하는 의식이라고 하는데요. 오늘의 주인공인 윤희창 군과 유리 둘레 군의 두 부모님께서는 패백상 앞으로 나와주시면 감사드리겠습니다. And at the center of the paebaek display, if you look closely, is a traditional Korean folding screen, or pyeongpum, right behind them, adorned with peonies. Known as the king among flowers because of their large blooms and bright colors, peonies represent prosperity and nobility and are often used during important rites and events. And in front of the screen, there are two tables you'll see with various foods on display. The foods in the bronze tray, are otherwise known as 구절판, represent fullness and the couple's lifelong union. Among these, the dried meats, or yukpo, represent the groom's families treating their new sons with kindness and generosity. In the wooden bowl, jujubes symbolize the couple rising early and working hard, and the chestnuts that you see help ward off evil spirits. And in the center of the big table, two male geese are bundled together. And if you don't know, geese mate for life and represent a lifetime of happiness for the couple. So now that our parents have been seated, Jesse and Yuri will approach the paebaek display. And we already approached the paebaek display. And you'll notice that what they're wearing today, they're wearing a traditional Korean hanbok. Typically, Typically, a Korean newlyweds wear red and blue, symbolizing the Confucian concept of yin and yang. But Jesse and Yuri have opted for a lilac and sky blue, colors that still contain hues of the red and blue coloring traditional to Korean weddings, but also offer a queer interpretation of this custom. So now, the couple will do a full bow, stand, then do a half bow to their parents. It is customary for the parents to slightly lower their heads to the couple during the full bow. 두 사람은 부모님께 큰 절을 올린 후 일어서서 반절을 올리겠습니다. 큰 절을 받을 때 부모님께서는 신랑들을 향해 살짝 고개를 숙이시는 것이 전통적인 예법입니다. And now you can bow. The parents will now offer blessings to the newlyweds. 이제 양가 부모님께서 앞에 있는 신혼부부에게 축복의 말씀을 전해주시겠습니다.
Oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. Okay, so all right. So let me get my phone here. So, my name is Richard Yoon. I am related to Jesse. closely. That's what he told me whenever he needed money. But before I start, though, I'd like to thank the ladies for the speech last night. That was really good, weren't they? That was really good. The thing was, though, there was a moment I was kind of concerned because are they talking about the same Jesse here? Because it was so good, you know? So let's do this. Pyebaek, Gabby, Katie, Nicole, could you stand up for a minute? Let's have a round of applause for these ladies, okay? Thank you. It was really sweet, thank you. Okay. So when Jesse called me and told me that he was getting married and asked me if I want to make a speech, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh yes. You mean to tell me I'm going to have a chance to tell everybody what you've done in the past and embarrass the heck out of you? Oh yeah, I'm in, you know. And then he said, you have only 3 minutes. So I said, 3 minutes, come on, man. I got 100 stories to tell about you. If anything, I need 30 minutes. He goes, no way. You know, that's way too much, way too long. They're gonna fall asleep and all this stuff. Okay, give me 20 minutes. He goes, no, that's still too much. Okay, give me 15. Nope. Give me 10 minutes? Nope. Okay, give me 5 minutes. He said, maybe. So I hung up the phone. I'm trying to think of the juiciest and most embarrassing story I can tell in 5 minutes, right? And he called me back, and he goes, Dad, you have 3 minutes. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't have much time here, okay? I gotta say a couple of things. One is, comparatively speaking, saying I love you is not an Asian thing, you know. It's not a Korean thing for sure, right? Real quick, you guys know Jin Yang from the show Silicon Valley? He's a stand-up comedian. He goes like this. When he was in college, he got high one day, and he called his mom, and he goes, oh, I love you, Mom, right? So his mom didn't know what to say. There was a long silence, and then she started crying, and then she goes, do you have cancer? So, Jesse, if I have not said I love you often enough, hear this. I love you very much, and I am so proud of you, okay? And I do not have a cancer. And out of 100 stories I can tell, I gotta say at least one, right? So, this is not funny or anything, but this is rather important because about 3 years ago, I noticed a change in Jesse's attitude. He sort of became kind of nice. Actually, I take it back. It's not nice. It became a little better. You know, he's easier to talk to, more pleasant to be with. He cracks jokes. He smiles. He's not grumpy or sarcastic anymore. And I couldn't help wondering, what the heck happened to this guy, right? But I couldn't really ask him either. You know, hey man, what's wrong with you? You know, I couldn't ask him. And then it dawned on me. It was about the time that he met this wonderful guy named Yuri, right? That explains everything, right? So, Yuri, thanks for making Jesse a better person. I know he has a long way to go. Good luck to you. And I'd like to say, welcome to our family, okay? I got 99 more to go, but Jesse is about to give me a stink eye, so let's do this. Let's do this. I know pretty much everything about him up until the end of high school years. I don't know too much about what happened, what he did when he was in college or in med school. So if you know any good stories to tell me, hey, you come to my table, you tell me what you know, I'll tell you what I know, and if it's good, we'll put it on Facebook, okay? All right, thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Christine. I'm Jesse's mom. When Jesse was a toddler, he was the neighborhood's most famous sticky note, always attached to me like a piece of gum that wouldn't come off. At any time, he was either hugging my arm, my waist, or legs. Even when there was no reason to be that close, he would keep at least one finger touching me. When it was time for him to go to preschool, he said, "I'm not ready." The following year for pre-K, he said, "I'm not ready." And finally, when it was time for kindergarten, he said he was not ready again. Basically, he did not want to leave me. So I had to explain to him that he couldn't use that excuse anymore, or else Child Protective Service would come. Even after he entered elementary school, he was still the same. One time, I took him to laser tag. We teamed up, holding hands, walking through the dark rooms, shooting enemies together. But when we looked at the scorecard, it turned out we had shot each other 20 times more than we shot anyone else. It's still a mystery how that even happened. But I can promise it wasn't intentional, at least for me. Needless to say, we ended up in last place. There was a time we entered a two-person kayak race where we paddled harder than anyone else, but ended up spinning around and around in circles. Also ended up in last place. And during the long days and nights spent by Jesse's hospital bed, it sometimes felt we were in the last place. But even when we found ourselves in last place so many times, there was no other place I would rather have been. My beloved Jesse is getting married today. I'm so thankful that he's marrying someone as kind and hardworking as Yuri. I wish Yuri and Jesse a life full of bright days and small joys. My new son, Yuri, thank you for coming into our lives, and our family is enriched for it. I know he will make you happy, just as he made me happy all these years. And I know he will always have your back, except maybe in laser tag. Thank you.
I really not think about speak English that much, so I can explain how his Yuri was wonderful, and then cutie boy. He's the cutest, best cute whole world. That's all I can say. He was such how I can explain. When he's 10 months, he told me that, how old are you? I teach him one time. He said, 1. That's all whole my life. I never can forget. And also, He's such a, how I get better than what I am older than him. He always already be there front for me. I follow him. He's such a keep going. He's always so brave, you know. I'm so proud of him. He was my light. That's why I'm sorry about that. That's why I was, when he's once married, you know, man, I was just so doesn't understand him. I was, my religion and my family doesn't understand. There was a reaction for me. But I talked to, you know, Yuri and his friend. They're not bad people. They're not a sin person. They are very elegant, good, and how I get wonderful is they love the people more than help people, more than, you know, how to joy people, more than he's hugging people. Then I learned from them. I changed mine. I was wrong. So I'm regret and never again. I am on your side. I'm gonna fight for you. Anybody, give you her time, let me know. And then, and also, all I can say that life is wonderful. The meaning is bad time, good time, it doesn't matter. Always wonderful meaning is you can get there, you can make it, you can victory your life. That's what it is. People say life is wonderful. Even Solomon say, Yuri and Jesse, listen, wonderful life is yours. Enjoy. Enjoy, and God bless you. I love you.
Sorry. Now Jesse and Yuri will pour and offer rice wine to each other's parents, and the parents will take a sip of the rice wine as a sign of accepting their marriage. 이제 윤희창 군과 유리둘랑 군은 서로의 부모님께 약주를 따라 올리는 현주례를 진행하겠습니다. 부모님께서 두 사람의 혼인을 인정하시면 약주를 한 모금 드셔주시기 바랍니다. All right, we're gonna now transition to the chestnut and jujube toss. We're gonna bring out this beautiful silk towel right here, and it's called a 철수건, and it displays symbols of longevity and eternal youth. The number of jujubes and chestnuts Jesse and Yuri catch in their 철수건 represents the number of children that they will raise together. Jujubes represent sons and chestnuts represent daughters. Please give a round of loud cheer for the groom's parents as they toss the jujubes and chestnuts for the hopes of many, many healthy grandchildren. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sons. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 daughters. Okay. Woo! So we thank the groom's parents for their important role in tonight's ceremony and ask them to take their seats as we prepare for the last part of the paebaek, the first night rituals. 이제 양가 부모님께서 오늘 패백식에서 중요한 역할을 해주신 것에 감사드리며 마지막 순서인 신망례로도 불리는 첫날 밤 의식을 준비하기 위해 자리로 들어가 주시길 바랍니다. 감사합니다. Thank you. They will sit down now, and they will now pour and serve each other rice wine and drink the rice wine with their arms linked. Love shot! Now the couple will split a jujube with their mouths. Whoever receives the seed of the jujube is said to have dominance in the relationship. So let's see. If you think Jesse will have dominance, please cheer. And if you think Yuri will have dominance in the relationship, please cheer. Let's see what happens. And Yuri wins. Congratulations to Yuri. We will now conclude the paebaek with the final part of the first night rituals, the piggyback ride. So traditional, the groom will give the partner a piggyback ride. This is a gesture of his everlasting devotion and love. The number of times he goes around the table is a physical display of how much he loves his partner. It appears Yuri will be giving Jesse the piggyback ride. Let's see how many times. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yuri must love Jesse a lot. All right, that concludes the paebaek ceremony for tonight. Thank you everyone for sharing in this ritual with us. Please join me again in wishing the grooms a happy and warm marriage.